219-845-1100. This will be the last call I will take with Karen. I know some of you other folks have called in, and Ryan's told you no. So, because I want to talk to her about the money before she goes. Hey, you're on the air, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Madam Mayor. Congratulations on your election. We expect great things from you.
Good morning, and thank you so much.
Okay, my question is in regards to the Gary Police Department.
Yes.
I understand under the previous administration, they did away with the highest merit rank, which was captain, yet they retained the rank of commander, which is an appointed rank by the chief of police. So one day you can be a patrolman, next day you could be a commander if you're in tight with the right chief. So my question to you, as you're reevaluating what goes on in the city and in the Gary Police Department, will you reinstate the rank of commander or merit rank, or will you keep it the way it is with political appointees in command? And I'll hang up and listen. Thank you for your time.
Karen Freeman Wilson is the mayor of Gary. Karen?
You know, one of the things that we're looking at is the top heaviness of our police department, and certainly one of the issues that will be evaluated in that process is to determine whether or not there really is a need for all of the commanders that exist, but also for some of the upper ranks. I understand that the men and women of the Gary Police Department have worked hard. They test for these merit positions, and it is something that is disappointing and disconcerting when you take away a captain's rank or a lieutenant's rank or some of the other ranks. But at the same time, what we're finding is that because of ranking, because of the political appointments of commander, we are losing the number of people on the street, and we have to do something to get back to maximizing the number of officers on the street. And so one of the chiefs, the new chief's first charges will be to look at the structure of the police department, to make a recommendation that maximizes the number of people on the street. But we also want it to maximize the reward system to our men and women in the police department, because we want them to feel valued.
Talk about your new police chief.
Our new police chief is Wade Ingram. He is a veteran Chicago police officer. He was formerly the chief of Markham. He also served with the Cook County Sheriff's Department. He, I think, combines the instinct of a street cop with the educational background and the study of one who understands community policing and who has been a police administrator. So I think we have the best of both worlds. We have experience. We have a commitment to community-oriented policing, and we have one who understands criminals because he's worked on the west side of Chicago fighting crime. So you couldn't get better than that, I don't think.
Did you know Wade before this?
I did not. We had a national search, police and fire, and we had an opportunity. The search committee interviewed all of the candidates, or interviewed a number of the candidates. They then made recommendations of 3 people in each for the police, for the fire, and I chose, after interviewing the 6 candidates for those positions.
Wade Ingram.
Yes.
Now, this is really kind of an important position, right? It's always an important position, but there's been, I want to say, 6 police chiefs in the last.
There have actually been 9.
There's actually been 9.
Yeah.
So turn that number upside down.
Yeah.
There's been 9 in the last, I don't know, since
probably about 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
9 and 6 years.
9 and 6 years, and you know that just can't be good in any organization to have that kind of turnover at the top. With that kind of turnover, what kind of morale does Wade take over?
Well, I know that one of the first things that the chief has to do is bring stability to the police chief and bring confidence. There are some morale problems on the Gary Police Department, and I know that he is a very positive and upbeat person. He does not go into the position with any illusions, and he does value cops. He values officers, and I think that he will convey that to them, and in so doing, raise the morale of the department.
Karen Freeman Wilson is in here. She is the mayor of Gary. One of the callers alluded to this. You have big plans
Yes.
that you want to present to the state legislature. You're working with Earlene Rogers out of Gary, state senator, and one of those, of course, is to get land-based casino, one of the licenses transferred into a land-based casino, the expansion of the airport, possible teaching hospital, possible trauma center, and then assistance in the development of an intermodal transportation center. Where's all this money going to come from?
Well, through private investment. Any of the gaming concerns that are really big on gaming would jump at the opportunity to establish a land-based casino. There have already been inquiries at individuals. They are less likely to establish an interest on the waterfront, but the land-based is their sweet spot. That's what they have in Las Vegas. That's what they have in Atlantic City, and so they would, I think, be very interested. And we've already seen some interest from some of the larger gaming concerns in terms of coming into Gary and land-based casino. The same is true as we look at intermodal. That's a real estate company. So you have your center points, you have some of the other places that understand the transportation assets that we have in Gary and the great benefit of intermodal, especially when you have congestion in Chicago as it stands now. It takes about 3 days to get product from China, and it takes it anywhere from 10 to 14 days just to get it out of Chicago. If you change that route and go from Gary, from China to Gary, then you can cut down the number of days that it takes for it to get out of this area, and ultimately save money in the process.